Wow. You kind of we're gonna have to extend that out to a little bit longer tour.
We just make half the show just riffs from these.
It just stopped. I'm like, oh, hey, here we are. It's Monday night again, and here we're doing this thing again. And I'm back here with you guys. We don't really have any real idea to talk about, but that's what makes this genius. And maybe only 4 of us.
We're dispensing with the pretense of a topic tonight.
Yeah. So I mean, we could talk about anything except for we have some off-limit topics.
And we'll see who can keep to that.
I'm not going to say anything about it. I mean, obviously, it's
nada.
Yeah.
Till the after show.
No, because after show.
Great show tonight, guys.
Right, all y'all came, all two of y'all came in. Goodbye. But anyway, no. So I do have a topic that I wanted to talk about. I kind of alluded to it, and I was being funny when I said it, but I was actually really thinking it. I have started to enjoy. I bought myself some of those. I've always had experiment with the different size blocks of ice and stuff, but I have found that if I use filtered water in my ice cube, it's like the one that makes the big squares that go in an actual glass. If I make it in there, and then I let it freeze, it is really, really pretty to look at. Like it really has a good look with it. And I would show you right now, but I overfilled this glass because I was trying to do a bottle kill with Bardstown White Label.
Oh. Man, I just got...
hold the glass. What are you drinking, by the way?
Bardstown, the White Label.
Nice.
This is what's left of it.
Nice.
Origins.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it doesn't last long here either, man.
No, it doesn't last. I just got that one too. Michelle got that for me. So, but anyway,
yeah.
BBC is on here. All right.
What's up, my brothers?
What's up, sir?
What are you drinking?
It's a beautiful day.
Bottom's supposed to 8.
Well.
Oh, hell no, man. Killed one of those this weekend, too.
I've got one. Well, I got 7 right here. Or when I say 7, 107 right here. But I just don't understand why people don't like that. Like, well, first of all, let me put it differently. If you
the 107 or Special Reserve? What do you mean?
Special Reserve.
I love it. Yeah,
I do too. Like, if I can find it available, you know.
When I find it here, I usually get it at MSRP because of the state-controlled stores here in West Virginia. So I really
you can't really find it here. Or, not on the shelf anyway.
But when I find it, if I can get it, you know, and I'll be honest with you, to include those places definitely here in Tennessee, they're a little bit higher. If I can find it for sub $50, I'm gonna buy it every time.
Yeah,
it's even if I have 10 of them, I'm gonna buy it. And the reason why is it's a solid drink to have in the afternoon. Have it while you're cooking, have it while you're hanging out by the pool, have it when it's cold, sitting in front of a fire, whatever it might be, right? So it's solid. So I really dig it. But anyway, what about you, David? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a little Michter's small batch, in honor of Billy, I guess, because I know this is one of his favorites. Is the Michter's? He's busy working on some business stuff with his Cafe 305, of course. So hats off to him.
So I heard this week in Iceland that the only bourbon they could find there was in certain places they could find Woodford, and other certain places they could find Michter's. That was it.
Wow.
It's got to be rough out there.
I know. I don't know that I could make it, but however, I seen the picture.
Is that the only bourbon or is that the only whiskey? Like
that's only kind of like well, no, they had Jack Daniels, I'm sure, but and they probably had Crown, but that's not.
They probably had a bunch of local stuff, made stuff, but probably bourbon. No, I can understand that. That'd be tough.
I was saying because it's still Europe, so like I figured they would have access to Irish whiskeys and scotches and things like that, and then like the European like single malt styles that they have in France and Germany and places like that where they make some of that.
Yep.
But like in terms of bourbon, I could see it being real thin out there. Ugh, a scary thought.
Probably only real thin, real expensive too. Gotta be, man.
But at least I got Woodford. Woodford's not bad. Neither's Michter's. This is enjoyable. I haven't had a Michter's in probably 4 years. Like I feel like it's probably been at least that long.
Yeah.
So
I'm with you, man. I
don't
have a problem. First, I have zero problems with Woodford. I think Woodford is fantastic. I keep several bottles around this house all the time. Yeah. And if I go to a place, no, don't get me wrong. If I'm on a trip, I'll put it to you this way. One of the things I hate the most in the world is I love Mexican food, right? It's like one of my favorite things to eat. Every time I go there, the only thing they have, which is so hard for us to communicate to one another, but I need to learn it in Spanish, but Maker's Mark, that's the only thing they have, right?
Wow.
I mean, they have Jack Daniels, they have Crown, but I mean, like when it comes to actual bourbon, that's the only thing they have. And don't get me wrong, I'll drink that, but I would give anything if they had Woodford. That would be so much better, you know?
Yeah, I feel you. But I don't know, if I go Mexican food, like I am never thinking about bourbon though. Like I want either a margarita or I know.
Yeah.
Or, you know, or a good tequila. Like, and they do exist. But not at every Mexican restaurant you go to. But yeah.
Buddy, you know, my friend Buddy, he was down here. He bought me a bottle of 1800 something.
Mm-hmm.
It's completely white. It's a Neho, I believe. When I say white, I meant clear. It looks good. I haven't tried it yet, but he says all you gotta do is put a little bit of ice on it. It's really good. And I'm like, I don't know, man. But anyway, Gino, what are you drinking, brother?
I am I'm recovering tonight. I just got back from our fraternity reunion. Bottle kills were the name of the game the entire weekend. But actually, this is a special bottle that I was able to pick up last Wednesday. And this is a local distillery right here. I mentioned it before on the channel. It's Ponfay. It's made in Somerset, PA. This is their West Sylvania rye. Mm-hmm. This is actually the founder's selection, and it casts strength. Catherine and I drove up there on last Wednesday and popped in. Beautiful place, very easy to get to. And there's the owner, the founder, the master distiller is right there. He's like, hey, you guys want a tour? Free tour all over the place, here and that, sampling everything that they were making.
You got to do a show for them.
They make their own stuff on a small scale, bottle it by hand. And I mean, this is probably a very delicious rye. I mean, the fruit notes, you know, you got your bacon, it's a rye. You got the bacon spices, you got that stuff, you got the peppery finish, you got all this. But the fruit notes that flow through the middle, it's like there's one after another after another. It just keeps changing. I'm really enjoying this, and anybody who's in the area, southwestern PA, can get to Ponfay. This bottle here is $50. 119 proof, and mine is actually there. That's his signature on the side. You almost kind of see it there. But
yeah.
Very good people, very welcoming. Their bar is amazing. I love the looks of it. The whole shoot match. They're building themselves up step by step as they go. Kind of like the Cafe 305, man. Walking before they run.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds like good stuff.
I recommend it. Anybody wants one, let me know. I'll go get it.
So
that's what I get that nearest for you, by the way. I haven't forgotten about that. It's just been.
Well, we can take a trip down there.
We can do it.
I love that place.
Yeah,
that is one of the coolest.
Yep.
One of the coolest places I've ever been. Definitely as a distillery, it's one of the coolest distilleries I've ever been to.
When I make it down there, we're gonna have to go.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I will be down.
When?
Probably by the end of September, because the first part of September is when everything flows.
My donks would be here by then. I'm super excited about that. You see a black Volkswagen pulling up the driveway? Don't shoot.
That's the neighbor.
You might still want to call me.
Okay. Yeah, it's the neighbor.
It's not Jody who's going to shoot at you. It's the neighbor.
It's David's boy. It's David's boy next door.
I'm
yeah, my boy.
ETA, man. I'm a mile and a half out.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you be coming with those out of state Yankee plates, man. You might
not West Virginia. That's West Virginia plates.
We've only got a plate on the back, man. So yeah, only thing you're gonna see is a big black Volkswagen.
I guess it depends on how southern you are. I've heard people from North Carolina called Yankees by folks around here.
Ew.
So yeah.
And no, West Virginia is.
I learned how to speak really slow, so they all like me now.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out how to use fixing. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, I don't know.
Fixing to.
I don't know how people. Yeah, all of that. I got to learn how to use that in the correct, I guess, preparation.
You got to say fixing to, and you got to say y'all when you're talking to one person.
Y'all.
Well, that'd be like they them, right?
And well, actually, too.
No.
Here's another one.
Wait a minute. There you go. This is not politics. This is not politics.
Is it?
No.
Real quick. Could you use the pronouns y'all?
As a pronoun?
That's gender inclusive.
We're not treating that.
Why couldn't it be? Because here's
it is. It's gender inclusive. It covers everybody.
Well, I mean, if you say they them, you're talking about plural people, just like y'all is.
Not
y'all.
No, but God damn it! Stop trying to bait me, you motherfucker.
No, that's right. If you look it up in the,
he is correct.
I know I am,
because it can be used in a singular sense as well.
No, it is gender inclusive. Just like what I was getting ready to say.
Well, y'all is gender
half a mile up the road to the north of me, y'all, you don't hear that. You hear yins. Figure that one out.
Yeah. I heard
it's the same thing.
Yins.
Hey, dude, I seen for the first time ever. I was watching something. I think it was on the History Channel, and for whatever reason, they had. It might have been on YouTube, but they had. Maybe I turned on the closed caption. I don't know, but anyway, there was closed caption on it, and I heard somebody in that general Appalachian area use the term betwixt.
Yes.
And I was like, and I seen how it's spelt, and I was like, wait a minute, tell me here, what does that even mean?
It doesn't mean the same thing as between.
In between, man.
It's like
it's betwixt. It's betwixt that road and that road. Like,
yes, sir.
That sounds like some old English kind of shit or something. Oh, I don't know.
There was a study that was done, linguistic study that was done a while back, and they were talking about the redneck speech.
Is actually the closest thing
to Old English.
Yep.
And most of West Virginia were Irish anyway.
Yeah.
Initially,
Irish and Scotch.
Irish.
A lot of the American South.
Here's another thing I read recently that 1.8% or something like that, or 1.9% of the total people prior to the Civil War owned slaves. Of the total population, 1.8, 1.9% of the people owned the totality of slaves. And I'm like, wow, you can talk about the real 1%, or let's say 2%.
You had to have them.
That wasn't your everyday person.
No.
They felt like it though, but yeah, they had to have money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, enough about
it's concentration of wealth.
Mark, what the hell are you
different back then?
He already showed us. He's drinking a special reserve.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
We had a whole conversation.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Have you started losing so much weight you're losing it from your brain now?
Yes, I am. It's just drooling out the ear,
Hey, I had a hell of a whiskey day yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Sam. Shout out to my boy Sammy at Fine Ash. They did I think they'll mention it, but on occasion Sam will do some bottle drops, and he kind of stopped doing them because of the two bourbon groups here. They act like little bitches. Let's just keep it real. And so the last one he did a 107, and it was the 107 I shared in the group. He did a 107 with the Traveler, and it was I think it was $100 for the two of them. And the 107 was a pick, so
nice.
Bad.
That Traveler growing on you at all?
What's that?
That Traveler growing on you at all?
For me, no. It's still just sweet.
Still just what
I don't hate it.
I don't think it's sweet. I just don't think it's.
It's a
first of all, I think it's fine.
Super sweet for me.
Yeah.
But,
I think it's fine. I don't have a problem with it. I don't want to drink a lot of it.
No,
but I feel like it would take a lot of it to make me drink. I mean, to feel like I got a buzz. That would be where I would.
Yeah.
It's funny.
It's almost like a light beer, if that makes any sense. I don't drink beer, so I don't really know how that would be, but.
And Dave, that's what I was saying. Even it's 90 proof, but it doesn't drink like it's 90 proof. It actually drinks lighter. Basil Hayden drinks.
I thought it was 80
that's
proof.
Funny. Yeah, Basil drinks hotter than Traveler does.
I agree with that.
Would you say it drinks like it's thin or something? Like it just comes across.
Have you never had it?
No.
We'll have to get together sometime soon.
Yeah, you need to pick up one just for that experience.
It's pretty.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
I personally like it, but I don't think it's. I don't think it's. I mean, it's not like
what it was built up to be.
Kind of like
it was never built up. No one ever built it up except bourbon drinkers. And
I agree with that.
And they got mad because they went and bought the shit. It's like, oh, this doesn't taste right. Well, first off, it's not a bourbon. Weed.
Yeah, it's a whiskey.
Blended. It's a blended whiskey.
Whiskey,
Yep.
Yeah. So.
And it's nothing bad.
But yeah, so what I was saying, so he did that, and it was the two bourbon groups. People complained. So normally doesn't sell any bottles online. And so when they were keying in the bottles, they accidentally posted. So it was up for about 30 to 45 minutes. So you could buy bottles online. So, again, being a good guy is, if you were able to catch it, he honored it. So now what he did is he said, okay, we're going to do, bottle, members first. Then after members, you can put your name on the list and you can come and get the little package. Billy, what up, brother?
Billy.
So anyway, so people came in. So some people were coming in at like 1 o'clock. I was like, God damn, to get 107 and travel, they were coming at 1 o'clock just to sit there, and half of them didn't smoke, so they just sat there trying not to choke half to death. It was the funniest thing. I just can't lie. It was funny as hell.
I tell you,
so
it's like me trying to smoke a cigar.
Going to the cigar shops and stuff. I went there with my buddy Corey down in Murfreesboro. There was this one right there on the square called finish your story.
Smoke Token? Is that the one you go to?
Yeah. So real quick. So they did another one. So this one was a big Sazerac Minters. And so he did a couple posts, and some people would take the posts and put them in the bourbon groups. I don't do that because they annoy me. So some of the complainants came in, they found out, we laughed about it. But Sam, he did a post, and his post was basically said, "Fuck you if you only trying to come in here to get bottles. We cater to our clientele, our members who shop here often. So if you want to come, you can wait your ass in line. The members are going to go first, and I'm going to give them a couple of rounds first. Then you're able to pick whatever's left over." So it was kind of light, for a bottle pick. Because it was really funny because it scared him away. But he had, so I got the only stag, the George T. Stag, the 24.
I have that one too. It's really good.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. A couple Mictors. I got a CYPB. I got the Weller single barrel. I picked up a straight from the barrel blends from my dad, and a Stag Junior. So they're pretty good yesterday.
Junior is good. I was just about to ask, I thought they were ending that distinction between junior and senior.
Yeah, it's just Stag now, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but why'd you air quotes the junior?
Well, because it's not really Stag.
It's too different. They're two different.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still two different bottles.
There's two different bottles, but they don't call it junior and senior anymore.
No.
Okay.
But people still refer to it because it's a different blend than the or not blend, but the aging process and all that's different. Yeah. So the place in Murfreesboro is called Liquid Smoke. It's right there.
Liquid Smoke.
It's right on the square.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about it is all they had was beer, but they did have Guinness. And so I did have a Guinness.
That's cool.
I was meeting with my buddy Corey there, and it was fantastic. We had a great time. Corey is a prior Ranger and super awesome black gentleman that me and him are like, we became best friends on the very first time we ever met. So because it was like we were looking at he's a real estate agent. We were looking at property together, and he had a gun in his back of his pants. And we were tromping through the woods because when I go look at property, I want to look at all of the fucking property, right? Not just part of it. So we're going for a hike. And if you can't put up with it, then I need a different real estate agent, right? So anyway, we're walking through the woods and stuff, and he goes to go under some barbed wire, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna get along just fine. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, brother, we can sit here and just start shooting at each other, or we can shoot at things that are out there. But we both are packing out here, and having a good time. And so he goes, you military? I go, you just seen my truck. It has plates on it. I'm disabled. Yeah, I'm a military person too. And then I finally got into asking him. And then next thing I know, we're best friends. We had a blackout drunk together one night. Neither one of us went swimming. That was great, I guess.
We just become best friends.
That's exactly what we said.
A stepbrothers moment.
What was funny is he called me the N-word with the A on it. And I was like, I just did this number.
You just beamed? Yes, I bet you fucking did.
I didn't say it back. I did that when we hugged.
You didn't. I know you didn't.
No, I totally did when we hugged. But I was like, did we just become friends like that?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
He called me the Denzel Washington version.
It's all beautiful.
And I was
you've been waiting your whole life for that. I know.
I have been. I've been waiting for that. I want to be somebody's, in with an A.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I can't lie. The first time someone called me that, it was a black girl, and I was in high school. And she said, "Oh, this is David here. He's my N-word," and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, I cheesed hard as fuck. Like, I really did.
The whitest person in the world.
Our caucasity, like, you know.
Caucasity?
It's all good.
Caucasity.
It's all good.
You got it. Look at that.
No, I understood it, but caucasity is not a word.
I didn't say that. I said caucasity.
Not yet.
Side note, I'm hungry.
I am not, man. I made a nice.
Mark's like, I'm deeply uncomfortable.
That's like,
can we talk about something else?
You'll get us all in trouble.
Billy's laughing.
Billy,
all right,
get us all.
Now, Billy, when I called Billy up, I did say that to him. That's because Mark didn't answer.
People who call you that, and it's endearing, and then you have people who are like your victims when you call up.
What? I don't have any victims. Billy's my boy. Just like I'm his boy. It's like Mark is. I would have called Mark that if he didn't answer the phone, but he sent me back a message. I'm busy right now.
Yeah, I mean, probably true.
I don't even care if he was with a bunch of people. He'd been like, I got to defend this guy right now because he's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Shit.
But anyway, yeah. So I was going to invite Jack Frost on here tonight, just so I could.
Did you reach out?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was going to. I was going to ask him if he wanted to come on and talk about ice, only because I was seriously considering. Like, I wanted to know why, when I put ice in my new containers that make the big solid squares, when I use filtered water, why is it so much clearer than when I use tap water, which has a plethora more chlorine in it, and I can't figure that out. It's a science thing.
I want only speculate. Yeah.
It's a science thing. I want to figure out. You know. So.
But yeah.
There's more impurities.
Let us know.
I don't know.
I'm not a big
I would have to go with the impurities. Yeah.
It'd have to be, but you know, the reason why they put so much chlorine in the water is to take, you know, to I guess make a homeostasis of the water. No, really, not that kind of homeo.
But still, it's just.
But I mean, if you're into that, that's cool for you.
It takes it to that level playing field, but that stuff is still there.
What the homeo? What?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Ow.
That's the reason why this is more like a bar talk. I don't know if that's bullshit. You know,
I think what we're doing is bullshitting. This is what we're all doing.
That may be true. That part may be true.
But no, even with the
Billy's here with some knowledge. Billy says the cloud in the middle of the ice is the impurities.
Is the impurities, and even when you got the chlorine, it's going to kill those impurities, but they are still there. With the filter, you're removing that.
Either he Googled that real quick,
maybe,
which is fine, or he just wanted to give me some random fucking message so that Jack Frost wouldn't be on the show.
There you go.
That's what he's doing. He's running interference on that. I think that's the plan.
Yeah. He's like, oh hell, Jody's fucking inquiring minds. He wants to know. Next thing I know, we're going.
He's asking about ice shit. I got to get in there before they bring Jack back.
Place my damn order.
I haven't tried once, and it got like.
I need to get another.
Not naming names, but like vetoes happened. So.
We did try. We did try. It's not from a lack of trying.
Is what it is.
He must have some kind of new page. I saw him on TikTok the other night. Really cool.
TikToks.
I don't do the TikToks.
I don't usually me on TikTok is somebody sent me something.
I'm bored.
All right. Here we go, Billy.
Oh,
Billy says, first I think he means in foremost. Fuck Jack Frost. Secondly, when we make ice sculptures, we have to make sure they're crystal clear. Yep. That's why he knows his shit. The man is professional.
Yes.
I just found out right now today that he made ice sculptures. How is that even remotely my fault?
Yeah, I didn't know either.
You didn't inquire.
It's good to know.
Oh man, I mean,
they won't last long in Miami. I can say that shit.
In Miami,
hell no, man.
That's the other thing. In Miami, who would have thought he's making ice sculptures in Miami?
They have ways to make things cold, even in Miami.
I understand, but you wouldn't normally think of somebody in Miami going, you know, I wonder if there's any, like, I really want to take up ice sculpting. I wonder whether there's a place I can go to do that, you know, here in Miami.
I mean, maybe not.
I bet if you go and look, if there was yellow pages still, let's just say hypothetically there were still yellow pages. You know what? Got one better. I'm going to look up ice sculpting in Miami.
Go for it, man.
Well, you know, somebody do it with all of the, you know, with all of the hotels and properties and events. I bet whoever makes it, if you do it well, you make a killing there.
All right, there's one.
Expensive, but you got to have a hellified ice truck.
All right, so there is one place. It's called.
Boom.
So here, Billy says, culinary school. It's a part of your training, in the ice sculptures, I think, are generally made inside a walk-in freezer. So it's already like all in there, basically.
Hey, Billy, the book I'm reading or listening to right now is Anthony Bourdain's Kitchen Confidential.
Oh, I love that man.
Yeah, that was a cool.
Jody, have you read that?
He's good.
No, I have not read.
You need to check it out, brother.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I read so much at work.
I listen to it, but I hear you.
That I've gotten to the point where I just I want to listen. Well, even then, like the last real book I read. This is not true. I've actually, and I just ordered another book today or yesterday. The Donkey Bible, so I can read about my donkeys. But I
was about to ask if he was going to read about Donkey Jesus in the Donkey Bible. No.
Yeah, it is, Billy. It is. That shit is wild.
But I will pick it up and read it. Just if you would put it in the chat so I'll know, or in our VIP chat. By the way, nobody's in the VIP chat. You should probably go on there. Since we're sitting here talking about that, you should smash the like button, the notifications, and turn on the little bell and follow us.
That's it. Good job, man. Good job. Good pitch.
But no, you're talking about finding the time because you read so much work. I have to do the same thing, and it's like my frame of mind, either where I'm going to or coming from work. Not so much going to, but coming from. I'll pop the Audible up on the infotainment center in the vehicle, and just listen as I'm driving, and just zone out.
Well, I can do that if I'm driving long distance. I don't drive much because the vast majority of my teaching is done via online, so I don't drive a lot.
Okay, yeah.
But I find myself trying to have that mellow moment, so I don't have to drink. During the normal school day, is to listen to podcasts. And so I get into a lot of different podcasts. Really into obviously Joe Rogan, and I like the other guy too. The one that's like, what's his name? It's so fucking funny. Damn it! I can't believe I'm brain farting here, but I'll tell you here in just a second. Russell Brand. I like listening to him.
He's on a podcast.
Yeah,
he has a podcast. Yeah,
it's Stay Free and
it's crazy.
Oh, Stay Free.
A lot of comedians actually have podcasts,
right? And so I like to listen to them a lot, and then also I get into Sean Ryan. I listen to a lot of Sean Ryan, who is awesome. If you have not listened to Sean Ryan, first of all, you need to go listen to. Megyn Kelly interviewed him on her show, on the Megyn Kelly show. And the reason why she interviewed him is because he's never really told his story. It was the first time I ever listened to his story. And I knew he was a prior Navy SEAL and then worked for the CIA for 14 years. What?
SEAN?
No, it's SHAWN.
Got you. No, that's all I needed.
And anyway, so he worked for the CIA and stuff. And when he talks about his military career, he was like, I didn't really get to do anything cool. I was a SEAL, but I didn't really get to go, take the fight to anybody. It was like when he got into Afghanistan, it was right after the lone survivor and extortion, all that stuff happened where we lost so many SEALs. So they didn't really want to take a lot of direct action. So his 6 months there was kind of, the way he puts it, was just a lot of wasted time, downtime. And I get that. I feel that. But then he went and started doing contracting work for the CIA. And at one point, he lived so much on the edge, which was fantastic to hear and fascinating, that he was working against the cartels in Colombia, stealing their cocaine and then smoking it, or not smoking, taking it himself. And he said he'd gone on like 14-day benders and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God.
So he was robbing the cartels and getting high off their shit.
Yep. And selling
his own supply.
Well, he's getting high on someone else's supply.
No, someone else's supply. Yeah.
But it was during the time he was also working for the CIA, and it was like he's doing all this, but he had the protection of the CIA and of course getting high and all this stuff.
No.
And then I don't remember what made him find scripture and the Lord and stuff like that, but he's been sober since, ever since.
Like do that.
Well, I imagine so. Like I hear some of these people talking, I'm like, dude, I love to have a drink. I love to have a drink. If I can have one every day, that's a fucking great day. All right, I really do like it. But I can't imagine these people who have to get I talk about with bourbon or liquor, I talk about plastic bottle syndrome, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would be one. But like people go to like, first of all, I don't like to feel like shit. We'll start there. And if I'm feeling like shit the next day, that's where my cutoff should have been before. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
Yes.
But like people who do that, or people who take drugs and stuff, I'm like, how do you get to that point to where you're just like, you like all day long? You got to have it. Like I don't know how people get to that.
What's a mental health thing?
No, I agree with you. I agree. I 1,000% agree. I'm just telling you that's how I get to it when I'm thinking about it. I'm like, how do they get there?
To your point, I agree with you about alcohol. I think there's probably a point in time I might have become an alcoholic.
I'm with you there.
I did not so easily get a hangover, like if I wasn't careful about my approach to it, and waking up feeling like shit. And you get tired of it. Like even when I hydrate, there's a point for me that it kind of doesn't matter,
Well, yeah.
And going like, waking up feeling like shit and getting tired of waking up feeling like shit, and you go, okay, I need to dial this back, But if I woke up and I didn't feel bad, oh yeah, I would probably be an alcoholic today. Like I can admit that.
Oh yeah. If there was no repercussions.
Yeah, 100%. Like when you turn the corner, like, and I know this because of the first time I went to Vegas, I was there for like 6 nights, and by the end of it, like there was no more concept of a hangover. I would wake up, after 2 hours of sleep, after drinking literally all my waking hours, and feel fine and just keep drinking. And I go, oh, this is how it happens. Okay. And when I got back to reality, I slowed down and stuff like that. But like when I was there, I was like, oh shit, this is how it happens. So I've turned a corner over here.
Mm-hmm.
This was a while ago now.
Well, it's like, we were doing that show the other night down there at the American Barrel here in Columbia, Tennessee, on the square. Freaking great place.
Great place. Good dude too.
Yeah. Solid dude. Yeah. Nathan's solid. Cool. But like I called you next morning. I'm like, dude, I freaking threw up down the road.
Yeah.
You were like, you didn't even drink that much. I go, I know. I have no idea. I don't know if it's my meds. It could have been that. But I made it 1 block from that place, and I pulled into the Regions. So if Regions Bank is listening tonight, it was me, because it was right by the ATM.
You made a deposit.
Yes, I did, all over the parking lot. And then I was like, what the hell, man? Why?
I don't think it's not. You did not come across as like drunk even or
drinks all night long.
What?
Did you stay with the same pour, or did you keep mixing them all night long?
And how much I did try.
Did you have?
Well,
did you eat?
I always have this. I don't know if I ate, but I do take different types of prescription meds.
Yeah,
we
I understand that.
Be careful with that shit.
Too.
I'm not taking those
you
kind.
You take gabapentin.
Any kind, doesn't matter.
I did.
Careful with that shit, man.
Do I take what?
Gabapentin will fuck you up when you
it will fuck your world up if you consume alcohol. Yeah.
What is that?
It's for like nerve pain kind of thing.
Yep.
No.
Like if you have chronic pain, like I used to take it before I had my back surgery, and I had that, and I would have like 2 beers, and like by the time I was halfway through the second beer, I was already in full hangover mode, going, "What the fuck? What happened here?"
No, I don't.
And I went back to the doctor, and he laughed. He's like, "Oh yeah, that's a well-known side effect." I was like, "Thank."
Well, why didn't you tell me about it?
Thank you, Dr. Whitaker. I really appreciate that.
By the way, Jody.
Yeah. No, I
my back open and said
I don't take anything like that. But I do take some stuff for the gray matter between my ears, and it could have had something to do with that. And also, I've been taking something for my back because I hurt my back, recently.
That could do it too.
Yeah, and so that's something I can think of. But man, I tell you what, and when I sent him a text and I was like, dude, I threw up down the road from the place, and he responded. He goes, you didn't even look like you've had that much to drink or anything, or something. You said something that you didn't have that much.
Yeah, I don't think you had that much.
And I was like, I know, but Regions Bank would disagree with you. I mean, it was just in the parking lot, but still, there's those little cameras. I'm like, they probably seen that, and it is what it is. I'm like, sorry. Yeah. And that's what I said. I said, I'm not drunk. I got right back in my big ass truck. But man, what was funny about it was I had put the truck in stop, and it did the whole bump like that. When I stopped, popped the door, and I had already turned my head, and I was throwing up as I was getting out.
Projectile. Boom.
I had no indication.
Been there, done that, but it's been a long time. You were even
a little bit not good by the time we were leaving there.
I didn't either. Yeah. And that's and I drove home, and I was fine. But for whatever reason, something hit my stomach that said, you got to get out now.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could think of. Maybe it was because I was smoking pipes while we were in there, and I guess that could have affected it.
Maybe. I don't know, but you drink and smoke all the time. So like,
I know,
all the time, but like you've done it enough that like,
yeah.
There isn't like a dangerous combination there.
Man, hell, it's right here beside me right now.
Honestly, he's got his little bag and his kit and everything like that. That's good stuff too. That I'm not a smoker really, but that when you let me try your pipe, it's good.
Yeah, I let him manually try my pipe.
You let him pipe you?
Jesus Christ!
I mean, I'm sorry, try his pipe.
For that one moment. For that one moment, we truly were a they them.
Did you enjoy his pipe?
Yeah, I'm gonna pour another one. Okay.
Did you enjoy his pipe?
He said it was.
I'm not answering. I plead the fifth. FIF.
He couldn't really talk with it right there in his mouth, but once he got it,
got you. Yeah.
You're trying to brag now.
Well, I mean, it does look bigger now that freaking mango's gone.
This is a good size. You were able to take you with no problems.
I guess one of the side benefits of losing all the weight too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the smell was good, so it's just nice, refreshing smell.
It was a refreshing smell.
Bunch of bastards. I come to this willingly, right?
I mean, you're the one that asks all the questions. You're like, hey, who's all on the show tonight? I'm like, I hit love, which meant I thought that meant that I was going to be there.
Take that pipe.
Yeah, but you didn't say anything. So
I know.
I wasn't sure either way, and everyone else is like, I'm out. I'm like, okay, maybe we're not.
No, it was semi-firm, maybe.
That's true. Pipe. Hey, listen, I'm gonna get some more clear ice. I'll be right back. So I'm all
enjoy that clear ice. You have Jack down there now. Is he the one making you the clear ice?
Yeah, he's also playing with my pipe.
I believe that.
Oh man.
So
yes,
indeed. So it sounds like Jody and I are going to go down to Uncle Nearest sometime soon.
I tell you what, I would love, and I can't find that shit anywhere around here, but I know.
No, if I go there for you, I'm going to get you a distillery only.
Get that single, yeah.
That master distiller's bottle.
And I promise to not let Jody cook with it either.
Oh fuck no!
He won't want to. That one is excellent.
Well, I thought so, but I have one of my bottles that I bought there that is a distillery only. This is this ongoing shit between him and me that I got for us to drink when we got together, the Whiskey Rebellion people. And this son I'm still talking about that. This motherfucker here was cooking with it more than once. And I'm like, Chuck's laughing.
Be on the lookout.
Hey, Chuck, how you doing, man?
So we still talking about the...
I'm still talking about that because I was talking about getting him a distillery-only bottle from Uncle Nearest, and how could I not bring that up in context? You invited it. You know you did. Never going to forget that.
Yeah, I'm never going to forget all the damn bottles I've given you for free.
Oh, okay. Oh, look who is among us.
Holy sheep shit.
Oh, that escalated. Hey, can we move people around so it looks like we're more diverse?
Yeah, I got Billy now. Billy now on the bottom.
Yeah, on my screen, all the
not a good look, Dave.
I don't.
Yeah, it's all the white folks on top of the black folks.
I don't think I can control that.
Damn, Dave, you racist bastard, you.
Yeah, Dave's the one that set this up. David Papayan.
Yeah, send all your hate mail to David Papayan. That motherfucker.
That bastard, I swear to God.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
So what are you drinking there, Cafe 305?
Yeah, what are you drinking? High quality H2O?
Don't give me that H2O bullshit.
Don't do it.
No, just H2O. I had one too many tonight. No, H2O for the rest of the evening. Got an early morning, and me and the missus had a business meeting down at the cigar shop, and of course, everybody has stuff to drink. So there's this guy who has a locker down there at the cigar lounge, and the manager says, "Hey, you want to see something since you're a bourbon guy?" And we're like, "Sure, why not?" So the guy's telling us the story. Yeah, this guy got this bourbon collection, and he doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't know a whole lot about bourbon. I shit you not. I should have took a picture of it, but I didn't want to be rude. The guy opens up the locker for us. He had 2 bottles of Stag Senior, and I kid you not, like 8 bottles of Taylor, but the red, the yellow, and the blue. I was like, holy shit.
I would have told him he doesn't have anything good at all, and he should give it all to you for 15
years.
You
need to clear that locker out, man. Yeah. That's wasting space right there. Let me take that home. I'll take it home. It's all good.
Yeah. Let me sell it for you.
Wow, that's funny.
I know a guy
this
might
guy has
buy
a thing on the
that.
back of his truck that says "Real women drive," and then their THERE own trucks. I'm like, come on. Why would you do that? That's really a good thing to say,
Kentucky.
And then you fuck it up.
Yeah.
I think he did it just to mess with Jody. To tell you the truth,
that could be possible.
Mr. DJ Rip Steel.
I've been going with that ever since.
Yeah, I know.
Earlier today, I got called a rapper, and I was like, I was gonna be.
What's hilarious is that you're the guy who's worried about getting doxxed.
Well, it's like 5 people watch our shit. I ain't worried about it on here.
I mean, that's true.
I was worried about it on X when I got banned for a week on X. And
of course, I don't know of all the people. Didn't they let back like
so get this,
fucking Trump and Kanye and like everyone else? Like, I'm not gonna get political, but like some people have been kicked off for some shit.
Yeah,
and they're back, but not Jody.
No, all I got banned for. I'm gonna say what I got banned for.
Yeah.
But it was just a joke, and it wasn't hateful. Eric Swalwell was talking about Project 25, and I was like, "You're a fucking idiot." And so all I said was, "Do I need to get?" And I tagged Ben Shapiro to come and bitch slap you again because you obviously are a dumbass. And so next thing I know, your post was offensive and called for violence. I'm like, I even spelled bitch, BIOTCH. That way I wouldn't get, so I wouldn't get kicked off. And Eric Swallow got upset at me. So.
Listen, this is how you know somebody's watching your account, Jody. You could literally put porn on X and it doesn't get taken down.
I know.
Yeah. And there's Jody.
Yeah, this motherfucker called for somebody to get bitch slapped. We gotta get him off there.
Just makes me so happy I'm not on social media.
There's a whole people sitting around watching Jody's account.
The fucking weeks and months of my life that I've already wasted.
All those guys at National Defense, they're watching.
Well, he's keeping them employed. That's what he's doing.
There it is. They gotta have
he's justifying the budget.
They there for the
you're
they them there.
No, I was saying I'm they there for the they thems. I love those fucks. Anyway, I do. I mean, pick a side.
It's all good. No.
So I wonder if back in the day, this kind of goes with that, but I wonder if back in the day when they were like, when they were doing lobotomies and stuff, they ever looked at somebody and go, you're schizophrenic or whatever. And I understand why you think you're more than one person. Therefore, we're going to drill a big ass fucking hole in your head and let that devil out. All right. I wonder if they ever refer to people who are schizophrenic as they thems.
Shit.
No, I think that's some new shit.
I think you're conflating schizophrenia with
multiple personalities,
disassociative, with the personality.
Okay, yeah. Well, either way, personality disorder, multiple personalities. I'm not a psychiatrist, but I have read the DSM-5.
Schizophrenic, like I don't have a better or more articulate. That is a person who you're saying has just lost their damn marbles. Like
well, then I think I used it appropriately.
I
think I used it appropriately.
I think you think you did. Yeah.
No, I think most reasonable people think that. We can take a poll.
We're not doing this.
I'll send out one of those. What those fucking?
I love how we don't do politics on this show.
This isn't politics.
We don't get it's culture wars bullshit.
That's not politics.
It's not politics.
I will agree with Jody. That is not politics.
I haven't said anything about your girl.
Nothing. It is actually scientific. If you really want to peel back the onion.
Unless you're talking about Janie.
Listen, this is the funniest goddamn show sometimes.
It really is. It's my fault for letting random bullshit go. Because here we go. Random bullshit.
You gotta love it.
It's like we had a 15-minute discussion on you all and yins.
And I said how it could relate with they them.
Minutes.
Like could I use the pronoun? Here you go. You're in here now.
I agreed with you.
Could I not use the pronoun y'all?
Yes.
because it's just like they them, right? So
them.
Like if I believe I'm more than one person, plural, why can't I just be a y'all's?
It's y'all. Or yins if you're above the Mason-Dixon.
So here's the thing.
I don't know how to spell yins. That's the reason why.
When you grew up in a certain household,
and just YNZ, I've seen
your mother or your grandmother would say, "If y'all don't stop, I'm gonna whoop everybody."
That was the deputy of the
y'all was perfectly understood.
Everybody,
but when my grandmother said
them right there,
but when my grandmother said that, she was talking to the two of us.
That was
me and my brother.
Inclusive, right there.
She was being inclusive. She was including dogs and everything when she said that.
It was like boom.
There's cattle in there too. Maybe I don't know. And we're kicking everybody's ass.
Everybody.
And I remember when she told me one time to go pick a switch. And so I did. And I picked this fucking dainty ass one. It's not gonna hurt anything. Dude, she went out there and took like a handsaw and cut off a fucking like a part of a tree. And I'm like, what? And then chasing me around the yard. I'm like, fuck. God, Granny's gonna bust my ass.
Yeah, man.
And then my dad gets there and he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm running from Granny. He's like, why? I'm like, she's going to spank me. And that's when he said, what'd you do? And I said, I don't think I did anything. He goes, and then he just held me and I got my ass fucking leveled by a damn 2x4. It felt like.
I don't think I did anything. I think you sealed your fate with that one.
Well, I don't think I did anything. I mean, I think that's subjective.
I believe your father disagrees.
I just believe there's subjectivity that you can use in punitive actions.
Billy, what's
there's discretion.
So Billy, what are you guys drinking tonight?
Decade 305 update.
Hey, I'm with you in spirit here.
There you go.
Man, I haven't had Michter's in like 4 years, and I am enjoying this, man.
I'm drinking Antique 107 right now with some severely clear ice.
Okay.
We had that whole conversation. That's when you chimed in to rescue us.
I mean, like, it's a reasonable thing for somebody to think.
Brother.
Where are they doing ice sculpting in Miami?
Make it to Hialeah soon.
Nice.
You enjoy it.
Sounds good.
What about you, Mark? What you drinking?
He's drinking Special Reserve.
There it is.
Nice. Very nice.
I don't hate it.
So let me clear the ice, as they would say. So here's the thing. So there's a big, what's essentially is a centrifuge. It's what they send the water through down into
centrifuge.
What's a metal box, if you will, and it keeps spinning until it starts to freeze.
That's like some good box that spins.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, I'm glad you said that because I was getting ready to. It took me back to Thailand and
Billy, you're trying too hard to be like.
I know.
With this crowd.
It's
too late.
I'm not trying to.
I wanted to hear this, but I don't think we're going to get
no, man.
So we're spinning around in a box.
We're spinning boxes.
Not a basket.
Once the water is completely frozen, they take it out of the molds, and they just make hundreds of them. You actually have to take the ice out of the freezer and get it to what they call softening stage.
Okay.
You know how you have an ice cube, and if it sits out on the counter or something, it starts to melt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At that point, you can then chisel the ice. If you was to chisel on it right out of the freezer, you hit it a couple of times and it'll just shatter. So that's called a softening process.
Huh.
So that is essentially what you have to do to make an ice sculpture.
Did you say essentially, or did you say
You said essentially? I think we all understood.
Here's the PhD here. I'm telling you. When I take his ass to the
freezer, he mispronounces big words all the time.
To do an ice sculpture, we're gonna see how good that PhD comes into play.
No, my doctorate's not in ice sculpting. I'll be honest with you. But I'm willing to learn.
Yeah.
So I can tell you this much: it is a particular skill. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably about average. But
what's average? 1.5, 2.
Well,
I mean, I'm being generous. I would think it's like the average person would be around a 1.5 and 2, whereas the people you see on TV and stuff are 10s and 11s.
Correct. Okay. Well, so here's the thing: the people, you ever see those beautiful sand sculptures on the beach?
Yeah.
Those are the people who generally do the ice sculpting because it's such a specialized field that you'll learn the basics through culinary training, but it's something you're not going to ever apply for a job as an ice sculptor. You'll get these people who make the sand castles and whatnot, and they generally do it. So, for instance, if you wanted something like I did a Harley Davidson logo, I had to get 2 blocks of ice and fuse them together to have a big enough piece. So that's the basic rundown of ice sculptures.
I don't know who this is, but well, hello. Algorithm has brought me to a strange place.
I'm more.
This is absolutely a strange place.
This is on YouTube. This is on YouTube. So what's funny is I'm actually very curious of what the fuck he's been looking up.
Adriana, we want to know what you were watching before you got here.
Yeah,
Adriana.
If you can answer in the comments, we would be delighted.
Yeah, like was it? I don't know. What? Just I want to hear what you were watching. Did you type in dumbassery or dumbfuckery, anything like that, or whiskey?
Something having to do with bullshit,
or maybe maybe you were looking at Jackass.
Sexy black men.
My doubt it was
BBC.
BBC might have been.
Could be the BBC.
Black and brown.
Hunting BBC.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh Lord, I tell you what.
Jody has one.
No, I did just for like a couple of days.
What?
Could be Gino lost lots. You know, who knows?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the BBC again. I only had it for like a couple of days.
Did you show it off?
You only had the BBC for a couple of days.
I did, and it was even soft BBC.
It could have been.
Like I didn't know what to do with it. Like I was like,
but you still took it?
No,
nobody took it because it was scary to look at. It was strange colors. It was black.
Hey, look,
I'm not used to that. I'm Caucasian.
There you go.
You guys.
Oh, there it is.
I was watching something. Hang on, I'm gonna read this. I was watching something called YouTube Poop, which is
It might have been David.
Davis?
Sure, it wasn't Dave getting piped.
Yeah,
and this was recommended after it. I don't know what.
Well, I'm glad we brought Adriano over to us.
Hey, man.
Well, welcome, Adriano.
Bourbon, you're welcome to join us here.
About as close as you can come to YouTube Poop. It's called the Whiskey Rebellion Barcast. Please subscribe.
What the hell is that?
That's David.
That's David.
David had Jody's pipe in his mouth a couple days ago.
Oh, that was right.
No, he was just saying daddy.
Was that?
He was giving him that pipe. He gave him that pipe.
And he just said daddy.
Was that when it was the BBC or the soft BBC or what?
Piping. Then they had whiskey after they finished piping.
No, it had already cleared. It had already cleared from the BBC then.
Oh,
by that point, like it was like the first couple of days after surgery. It looked like I was like, look, a dead watering hose that was about 2.5 yards long. That was black, and I was like, what the fuck's up with this? Like the end was cut off too. It just looked like it still had its sweater all the way over its head and everything.
Smell like cherry wood, huh?
No, it didn't smell bad by any means. It just looked like somebody took a fucking mallet to it. That's what it looked like. I was sitting there. I was like, did somebody beat my shit with a mallet? I mean, like, is it supposed to be this black? Like, I'm not against blacks or anything black. Matter of fact, it's my second favorite color.
He wants to know what we call ourselves, the Whiskey Rebellion. Jody.
All right, so that goes back to all right. So here's the history of the show, real fast. All right, so the Whiskey Rebellion, real quick on what it was. Yeah, 1797, I think it was. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's 1797, 98, somewhere in there. The farmers up in Pennsylvania were going to be taxed for taking their corn and I guess distilling it down to moonshine, right? Because that's how they could profit by taking it.
It was an easy currency that they could ship readily.
They could trade and all that in the bartering towns and stuff. Well, the government came out. It was the last time that an American president rode to battle on the field, like he was leading the troops out there.
Yes.
Yeah, which was President Washington, and it was the last time that happened. And prior to the Whiskey Rebellion, we'll call it wars, which it never escalated to such.
No,
they were tar and feathering tax collectors, which I wish we'd bring back. I so wish we'd bring that back.
Oh, hell
that would be such a good time. Get them and they thems. That would be a fucking blast. But anyway, they had all that going down and this, that, whatever. So fast forward to 2020. So not all of the guys here, actually just me and David and a few of my friends and a few of David's friends would meet here at the house in my bar, and we would have drinks and we just talk about random nonsense, mostly politics and shit. And we drink enough to get mad at each other, and then everybody would leave, or they would try to lift heavy shit in my garage. And that's where my weight room's at and all this. And then the government said we couldn't hang out anymore because of COVID and all this. And I was like, dude, we're relatively smart individuals. All of us have advanced degrees or work or professionals in our field. And I'm like, you know what we can do? We can try to, we first started with FaceTime and then watching too much smoking pipes, talking poles, spinning hot boxes. That's fucking great. I love that.
Yeah, buddy.
But anyway.
Love you, Chuck.
So we had all of that going down, right? And they said during COVID, they said we had to, 6 feet apart, nobody could hang out, cohabitate, or this bullshit, right? And so we started doing FaceTime, and then we started doing Zoom, and Zoom was fun, and we were having a blast. We have 3-hour shows doing Zoom until we started fucking getting Zoom blasted or whatever it's called when people would come
people
on,
would join in, and
then they'd be like having sex.
Shit.
And
yeah, someone would join a Zoom call and literally just have their screen be like screen mirroring some kind of porn or something like that, and pretending it was like actually happening.
Yeah,
bizarre. But the more concise version of what Jody said is that we started this around COVID as a way
to mitigate,
to mitigate, to kind of defy the social distancing, mandates and conventions and things like that.
And to be
and also, Jody's a big fan of thumbing his nose at government, and it harkens back to Whiskey Rebellion, which is basically about not wanting to get their asses taxed off, their asses taxed to hell and back. I'll say that over their production of whiskey, which is more or less how it started.
Yes,
that's the short and sweet.
And so it's kind of like a bunch of friends meeting at the bar virtually.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of random nonsense you'd be talking about anyway. I mean, we've had some don't get me wrong, we've had some real professionals on here before, whether it be Mike Root from Copper Sky, whether it be
the Dr. Fermentation.
I was going to say Dr. Johnson from Fermentation over at Middle Tennessee State University, or whether it's H. Clark, who started the company, though he's recently sold the company to Jeff, whatever his name is, the master distiller, Arnetti, I think that's his name. Used to be master distiller at Jack Daniels, and then we had the Whiskey Trail director on, Mary Beth. You have to say her whole fucking name or she will get upset at you. We've had some great people on, but ultimately, and we've tried to learn more about it. And so for us, this was just a way for us to continue that bar conversation that then exploded to where we have people that are on the show from England. We have people that, like Gino, it's in West Virginia. Mark is in Arizona. Cafe 305, which is Billy, is our chef. He's in Miami. And then we have other people that are from Maryland, and we have some from Washington. We have Pittsburgh. We have them from all over the place, and we just became this group. And then it just became fun, and we just sit around and talk random nonsense. And I mean, it literally is random nonsense. Mostly whiskey. Yeah. We try to talk.
We try to keep it focused on whiskey or rum or just drinking in general.
Alcohol.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Clear ice.
Alcohol, clear ice, and the occasional political remark.
Which nobody's done tonight.
Especially not Jody.
Hey, we're here every Monday. Welcome back, man.
Yeah.
Come on back.
Yeah, so when you're looking up strange, exotic shit on YouTube and you come across us again, just go ahead and click on it. Or you can subscribe and you'll know when we come on again.
I mean,
hit the button.
I think this also qualifies as a YouTube poop. I think I'm going to call the next episode a YouTube poop.
I think we should. Let's do it. I think we should all wear Depends.
I'm a fan of this.
No.
At least something good came out of COVID lockdowns. Maybe people appreciate staying together.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
I appreciate
that kind of positivity.
That's what it was all about.
Monday. Adriana, we're here every Monday. Come on back, dude.
Yeah. That's it. And we're at an hour, by the way. We
are at an hour. So this is when we're supposed to quit.
This is a great time to close out.
All right. Well, no. All right, go ahead.
That sounds about right. No, thank you all for being here. Thank you all for joining. All the people that have been in the chat. People know I love reading the comments. Almost all of the comments. We're here every Monday, 7 Central.
Which should be
please
8
come back. It's
Eastern.
Correct.
It'd be 6 Mountain.
Ish.
5 Mountain.
No, it's 1 hour.
Right now.
Oh no, yeah, daylight savings. Yeah.
No, you're in Pacific time right now.
No, Mountain. We don't change.
They don't change.
Arizona doesn't change. Mountain is only 1 hour behind Central. Yeah. So if we're 7, it'd be 6.
And come back for conversations like this.
Because this is obviously you're learning something.
We will figure it out.
Or we'll be convinced that we figured it out. Especially when
we'll have an answer, right, wrong, or indifferent.
That's right. We will have an answer. And that was bullshit. Okay. But much love to everybody. Thank you for being here. It's been a lot. Yes, that's it. A lot of fun. Go fuck yourself, Jody. And
go fuck yourself, Dave.
Yep. And we'll see you next week.
It was Dave pulling on that pipe. That's all I can say. What the hell?
Before you, Anna, I just want to say that if COVID was bad as they said, they wouldn't have had to force us to stay home.
I like Adriana. I really do.
Yeah. You know what? You should come back, bro. Next time, man. Send a message to Jody, not me.
And then he'll get you a subscribe button so you can make sure you're here next week.
I swear it's going to turn into a politics show. I know it is.
No, it isn't. Anyway, we're not going to talk about politics. We never talk about politics. Except all the times you did. Anyway. No, I said they, them, and y'all are the same.
It is. And I will agree with you on that.
I think we can take a vote. Take a real quick vote. Is they, them, and y'all the same thing?
Oh, you believe in democracy now. That's my political comment.
I'm with you.
So the only person that doesn't agree is you.
That's because
you're a threat to democracy.
Yeah.
Bye.